So, again, I want to welcome you. I am Deepal Shah, and I help people become pain free and find their joy and purpose in life. We are here today to talk about how to stay centered amidst the chaos. I am here with my fellow Ananda for Life recommended healers, Katie, Dana, Tara, and Michelle, and we are here to support you today. How many of you are feeling the chaos within you and around you lately? Well, what you're feeling is correct. What you're feeling is that friction between you, your soul, your spirit, your beliefs, and what is happening around you. Please share with us what you're feeling. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to express your feelings. And right now is the time to share. Much of what happens in our environment affects us as humans. It affects our minds, our bodies, our energy systems. It also affects our spirit and our soul because we internalize our environment. We create thoughts, feelings, emotions, and beliefs around what we perceive through the naked eye. If there is any other time to start clearing the chaos, it is now. We need to regain our momentum as we grow through our spiritual journeys here on earth. We're constantly growing. But then there's these energies that come in that knock us off our feet sometimes. And it creates this sense of loss. So if you're joining us here live, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And if you're going to be watching the replay, whatever energy healing that we provide for you today will be incorporated within this video, as well as the recording. So let's just take a moment right now, and I want to ground everyone for this moment since we're talking about this topic of chaos. And again, this is for anyone who is listening to the replay or joining us live. And what I mean by grounding is just centering and aligning you to the present. If you have been feeling that you're not in your body or you feel like you're floating due to whatever's happening in the world or around you or within you, it means that you have become ungrounded, unaligned, uncentered. And so grounding our energies on a daily basis or whenever we feel that we've become unconscious, it is so important to take that moment, the 30 seconds or less, 10 seconds, to ground your energies. And so today I'm going to help you ground your energies. And ladies, if you want to help me ground everyone as well, that would be wonderful if we could do it together. Beautiful. Thank you. Now, I would like to take this moment and address what transpired on Wednesday. As I know it's on top of everyone's mind, I know it was very disturbing as well as disheartening for many of us, myself included. What has been happening for the last few months has also been very concerning and has created this dense energy. And I know so many of you feel it, especially many of you that are sensitive, you're empathic, you're light workers, healers, coaches, teachers, you're feeling this energy. And what's interesting, what I'm seeing is that you're taking it upon yourselves and carrying the burdens of the world. And so what's happening is that you're expanding. You're expanding physically. I see the body, the physical body, taking on so much that it's expanding. And so some of you might see it as weight gain. You may see it as an increase in physical symptoms. You may see it as increase in emotional symptoms. And so, because of this, we need to bring some more clarity and alignment within you. The energies of uncertainty and safety and security are being questioned right now. And so we want to hear from you that what happened on Wednesday, how did that amplify the energies within you? What happened? What are you feeling? What are you sensing? Please do share with us what you're sensing because we would love to hear from you. And did what happened Wednesday just amplify everything? Yes, it did. Truly, to say that it was a disappointment in humanity for me and so many of you. And, I get it. Everyone has their differences. But does that mean that we go to this extent of behavior of what we saw? What does this say about us as individuals, as one coming together, and as a country? Marching and rioting are two different things. The energy behind what Trump said, his words, instigated war. Those who were there live supporting him could feel the energy of war through his words as he spoke. And I could see it as I was watching it on television. And that's exactly what happened. But war is not the answer to resolve anything. And there was no discernment. We need to have our own discernments of what's right for us, for our country. What we saw was so much anger, disrespect, and surreal of what we experienced, witnessed, and traumatizing for so many who were watching as everything unfolded. And I realized that this created post-traumatic stress in many around the world. And I heard again and again from my clients this week what has triggered from these events. And if you have been triggered, please talk to us about what's coming up for you. And please do share this out so that we can help those who have also been triggered through the experiences this week. You can place your comments below. So, as we talk about these triggers, I know my fellow healers have also felt the energies this week, and we'd love to hear from you guys. So if you want to unmute yourselves and share with us your experience and how are you staying aligned through all of this?
Oh, there we go. Oh, so one of the things that I have really done is I've just unplugged from the Main Street news. It's just too disheartening to be fed just the untruth. And I am such a truth seeker, and I'm on my path and my mission, and I'm all about what's the truth in our lives. And we're not getting that from the Main Street news. And so I've just really had to unplug, and it has helped my sanity. Yeah, I just can't be glued to the TV right now. I've been getting out, being in nature, walking my dogs, and just that's what I've been doing.
I think that's so important to just
Yeah.
unplug from it at times because it can be too much. We do plug ourselves into these things because we want to know, is there certainty at the end of this? Like what's happening? Are we being attacked? You know, because things like this, we feel like we as individuals are being attacked ourselves. And so it is a great idea to unplug. Last night, my family and I, we definitely unplugged. I'm like, we're watching a movie. We're not watching the news tonight. So thank you for that reminder, Katie.
Yeah. Mhm.
Anyone else want to share?
I'm taking time for lots of self-care and also not watching TV and trying to stay off Facebook. I have a lot of friends messaging me and asking me, like in a panic, what to do. Should some of them are going to buy groceries today and stockpile things, and so I'm kind of not necessarily avoiding, but kind of, because their fear is throws myself off, and then I'm feared, and then I um, then my kids are scared, and yeah, I'm trying to just stick out of fear
Yeah.
with lots
How
of
do you,
self-care.
yeah. How are you? Is there something you could recommend that people can do in order to stay out of the fear? Because everybody is in fear mode right now, right?
Yeah.
And they have been for some time. Since March, I think we've, maybe even in February, we all have been to some degree. Some people are at a lower spectrum, and then others are at a whole different spectrum where it's causing anxiety, depression, where it's causing physical problems. So, if there's one thing that people can do right now to overcome this fear, and I could feel a lot of the throat energies right now from everyone, where we're not able to voice ourselves and nobody's listening to us. We have so much to say. So how can we help people who are watching, our viewers, and those who are listening? How can we help them with the fear?
One thing everybody at my house at bed does is an Epsom salt bath. The Epsom salt just helps to release the fear, the emotions that are trapped. Um, and I make everybody go outside. We have 120 acres, so we are busy on our farm. And so everybody has to go outside and get fresh air, get away from, we don't watch a lot of TV at my house, or my younger boys aren't on like social media. I mean, they maybe watch a YouTube video, but they're watching some other kid play with slime. It's, um, you know, but just when you talked about grounding, I never realized that I was a floater, and I wasn't grounded for probably my whole life until I started to work with you. I would have to ground every hour to keep it in alignment, because I would be klutzy and trip on things, and then I would realize that I wasn't grounded. And here on the earth, I apparently like to float and check out. So it's through the last year I have been grounding sometimes every hour, or if I've tripped on something, then I'm grounding again so that I can bring myself back into alignment.
I think that's a great way to also help with the fear as well, just grounding ourselves and being
Yeah.
connected to the earth, because we're also, when we ground ourselves, we are bringing up the earth elements. And what you're doing, Tara, is wonderful. That Epsom salt bath is because you are sharing with us how water can be beneficial, right? That second chakra, which is that element of relationships and security and safety, as well as the first chakra, what happens is they come out of balance whenever something like this affects us. And so you're bringing in that water element, which is wonderful. So, take that to do an Epsom salt bath, take that moment to sit near a fountain or go swimming. If you guys like to go swimming, it's a great way to also ground yourself. Lately, I've been doing a lot of yoga and meditation, and that's been very helpful in my fear as it comes up. And it's so important to address it as it comes up, because when you do yoga and when you do meditation, it helps to calm down that nervous system. And right now, what I see is fight or flight. Fight or flight. That parasympathetic nervous system is in overdrive. And so the process that we're going to do today, I think it's going to help everyone. So be sure, if you're here watching us live, stay tuned till the end. And even if you are listening to the replay, please stay till the end, as we have an amazing process for you today. Dana or Michelle, would you like to share with us?
Okay, am I unmuted? All right. So I took a really big hit during this, and I was kind of shocked at myself. But I couldn't get back in my body. And not only for me, but it was like my family, because I was feeling their stuff. And even my animals took a hit. I'm not even kidding you. And they were all going crazy. So, the traditional clearing, the grounding, it just like was not enough for me. And I always say the saying, and it's so important, is that you have to stay in your own column of light. That means nothing in, nothing out. And I found myself, I was not whole. And I went for the first time in a long time, and got a healing myself from someone else. And she said, "You are not in your body." She goes, "You are out in DC and you are saving lives." I wasn't sleeping, and I didn't understand because I wasn't all that involved, but it's really important, like I said, to stay in your own column of light. And so the normal grounding really wasn't kind of working for me. So I had to go really deep in a grounding, and I would reach way, way up into till I hit the purple galaxy. And I would pull that energy all the way down through my whole body to the core of Mother Earth. And then I would take the Mother Earth energy and I would bring it all the way back up, just so that I could anchor, so I could just, and it really helped me a lot. So that was one thing that I did. And like I said, I think a lot of us, healers and sensitive people, we automatically go to wherever it is. A part of your soul just shoots off and wants to help, which is great, but it needs to come back, so, and mine wasn't coming back. So it was, yeah, just a lot of stuff, a lot of shifts with the new year. I mean, it was kind of like a volcano that just erupted. That was just kind of like the cherry on the top of the cake, right?
Yeah, I agree. It was.
So yeah, so I just, right away, I always say send white light, you know, send white light, surround stuff, even yourself. If you can't gather it, surround yourself with white light. Yep. That's my tip for the day.
Is there a specific methodology that you use to surround yourself with white light? Because a lot of our viewers know how to do this, but then a lot do not know. So we may have new people that
Yeah.
understand this on their spiritual journey. So if you could share a little bit about that.
Of course, my favorite thing is a bubble. I engulf almost every healing, every client I do in a bubble 6 feet around. You could pick whatever color you want. If you don't pick one, I will, and just surround that so that it's a protection, and it just like, it's like nurturing, and it allows your soul to be free in that area without fear. And then you can also fill that bubble with whatever you want, whether it's healing, safety, grounding, whatever it is, or even just the white light, and let it do what it's supposed to.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Dana, did you want to share with us? I know that we talked a little bit and there were certain symptoms that were coming up for you. And I think that would be important to share because I am pretty sure with all the ungrounding and floating, there's been other symptoms also that are coming up.
Sure. So I was going to echo, Michelle, everything you said. The same thing happened to me. I mean, I had that exact, okay, I described before the call here that it's like we all have a bucket. People with allergies, they talk about an allergy bucket. And so, you might not be overflowing, you might be allergic to dust, and okay, and then you may be cats, and now you're around a cat, and then something else. And then once your bucket overflows, you have a whole physical reaction. And so I think that same thing with this. It's like, okay, we have our grounding tools, and so, we have COVID that we're dealing with in the world. There's certainly a lot of stress going on, and a lot of emotion, and then the election and all that. And whatever else is happening in the world too. This is just US, but there's always things happening everywhere. So then but what happened in the US this week just sort of threw, my bucket on overload. And I mean, same thing. Something also, like, even my dog, we were I don't know, he had a sudden outbreak of his eyes got really cloudy, and it was like he went blind. He didn't, but it was like, I feel like I was getting really stressed, and then suddenly his body went haywire, and he's going to be okay. But anyway, but my symptoms were, I had an ocular migraine, which I've had one in my life. I don't get migraines, but my vision, and it's, when you think about, if you kind of want to go metaphorical, right? Like the vision, what's going on in the world. Oh, that's a lot to take, to see, to digest. And so, that was highly unusual for me. As I just said, I've only had one in my life, and it was, so I had definitely been feeling a lot of stress, and just kind of went over the edge there. So, you know, again, people who may be prone to things may feel, certain symptoms may feel an uptick on them. And then there's me who doesn't really have a problem with this. And it just went, you know, it just manifested immediately for me. And interestingly, when I did call my doctor about this, and I thought I knew what it was because I'd had one before about 15 years ago. But the nurse, I mean, she actually helped me release some stress, because she said, I knew it was the day after the DC thing. And she said, I knew today was going to be really busy. And I have to tell you, it's no wonder the whole country doesn't have a migraine. I said, okay, thank you. Like, she said, I've been getting a lot of calls today. And she even, I love her for this. She was saying, we're just, with everything that's going on, we're seeing a huge manifestation of physical symptoms. I mean, she was talking the energy talk to me, and I was like, I love that she got that. So we had a nice little conversation about that. But yes, so I think that a lot of us feel stressed. We might get a stomach ache, or whatever, but then it can full on into a physical problem that what's happening. So that's definitely what happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any measures that you took to help realign you?
Yeah, so like Michelle, I was trying my usuals, and I ground every day, and was running my energy, and I was constantly running my energy, and it just wasn't. It wasn't. I won't say it wasn't working. It wasn't bringing me back to center. It wasn't bringing me back in my body. It always helps, but it wasn't enough, like Michelle was describing. And I love what you just said, Michelle, going way up and way down. Instead, I kind of went into my way of, I think that I was a little bit frantic trying, I didn't take the time to listen and do that, but that's okay, because I had another strategy, which will be helpful for people. I found that I needed to, hands on my heart, I needed to lie down, like I just went into like hands on the heart, kind of a meditative state, lying on my couch. And I love this one too, because hands on top of your head. I do Reiki, and this is one of my favorite Reiki positions. And even if you're not Reiki certified, this is a very grounding, you're not letting all that energy escape out of your crown chakra. You're kind of reminding, I have a body. And because the opposite of love is the opposite of fear. And so when we're in fear mode, we're we're not in the love, in the divine unity of love, and we're also like not in our body. So this is also a good, this really helps me. I'm in my body, I'm okay, let's come back. And hands on the heart. And also, one really good one too is just, you can't see it, but I'm sitting in a chair, obviously, and just placing your hands kind of on your hips, but not sort of at the crease of where your legs start. Like your lower belly and your hips, just right on your legs is a very grounding place. And so I used more physical techniques, and I also had a massage, which helped tremendously too, because again, it's that touch on the body reminded me I have a body. I'm not in DC. I'm here, and I need to be here to be more effective. And I've got to call my energy back to me. And so, or give yourself a hug, like do something to remind you, I'm calling me here. I'm here, so that brought me back to center. And then the usual grounding stuff, worked better. I felt like, I reminded my physical body, be here.
I think that's important to remind ourselves that we are here. And, I think each and every one of us can take that. If we want to do something, right, is just to send out light to humanity, send light out to DC, to our representatives, to the earth, who's also experiencing all of this, to our pets. And so let's get into our process, and let's do something, as we have all come together today. So Tara, will you start us off? And then Dana is going to end us with a process.
Yes, I will start. I have my triangle, which I like to use. I'll ring it, and then we're gonna let all of our stress and worries, it will spin. So all the stress and worries will come up through the bottom and spin, and then go up to the earth to be recycled. How will you feel? The first time I used the triangle, I felt a little bit dizzy because I wasn't used to the energy kind of swirling and heading up. So just sit and relax. We will ground at the end, and we will go into Dana's process after, and then that will all calm down. So here I will play. First of all, you could close your eyes, and we're going to drop down into our heart space. Let's by taking some deep breaths and just relaxing. So that way we don't have to feel the dizziness and things being released. Okay, so taking some deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. That will help center us into our heart space and relax us. I will play my triangle now. And now Dana will go into her process. Now that we're all clear, we're set for the next process.
Thank you, Tara. So just taking a nice deep breath in and out. And again, you can remain with your eyes closed in a comfortable position, however you choose. And for this process, I think beautifully called for given all the topics that we were just talking about, all 5 of us today are going to be joining energetically. I'll be guiding this process, but you get all of us in unity doing this healing for everyone. So we're going to create a sacred container for this process. So again, just nice deep breath in and out. And Deepal, Michelle, Tara, Katie, and I are joining energetically to make a circle with each other. And all around us, we're joined by our guide teams, angels, and other beings of love and light that are here to assist all of you today. And anyone listening to the replay as well. These energies will still be just as strong. And we place the violet flame in the center of our circle. And we're placing all of you around the violet flame in the center of our circle. We've already sent down the grounding cord, so just reminding you of your grounding cord. You're connected to Mother Earth, grounded, supported, nurtured, allowing her energy to come in to our bodies and energy field. Just feeling that solid strength and calm of Mother Earth and the love of Mother Earth for us. And as we complete the sacred container, we're surrounded by Archangel Metatron, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel. All around the outside of our circle, Archangel Sandalphon below us to help maintain our grounded energies, and Kuan Yin and Mother Mary at the top of our circle, just radiating down pure divine love for all of us. So as we do our clearing today, just this direct from source divine love will just radiate in and replace all the negativity that's cleared out today. And we prepare and allow ourselves to receive all that is available to us now, and to receive this with ease and grace, and remaining present in our heart space. And if you choose to, you may place one hand on your heart and one hand on your lower belly. Your choice. But first and foremost, just think in your mind's eye, or you can state out loud, I clear and release any and all stress that I feel anywhere in my body. And we're just going to allow you, as we assist with helping you release this, just put it in the violet flame in the center of the circle, transmutation. And we release anything that came up in response to this week's events right here, right now. Place it into the fire, and the supportive guide teams, the healers here, all creating this, holding space for you to throw all of this in the fire and assisting you with moving this energy out right now, no longer serving. And as we're in this healing circle, call in your guardian angels and ask for their help. They are here to assist you, but they need to be asked. I know this is really important for everybody, and sometimes we forget. They're here for you. Call in your guardian angel. And each of these healers will do whatever they're called to do for the group here. While I'm leading this, parts will be silent, but we'll just allow them to work on you and all of us. We're sending clearings, we're sending energy, filling our circle with divine white light. And you may want to think of an issue that you're having, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, financial, relationships, what's going on in the world. Bring that to mind and offer it up to this process for healing. That violet flame in the middle, just throw it into the flame, moving that energy out. Anywhere you feel stuck, just ask in your mind's eye for assistance. Allow the angels and our guide teams to assist you in clearing this. As things release and transmute, you may feel lighter, brighter. And remember immediately, you're filled with divine love that is pouring down in from source. Maybe you want to bring in a New Year's resolution here to this process, since we're only a few days into the new year. What are you going to let go of this year? What are you going to let go of right here and right now? You're safe and protected in a very powerful circle of healing. We're here to assist. What do you resolve to let go of now? Maybe it's letting go, trying to control. Maybe it's letting go of being too quick to react. Maybe it's taking on things that aren't ours to take on. Are we trying to fix things for other people that are not ours to fix? Anything you're ready to let go of for this new year, throw it into the fire. Allow the healers and the divine beings here to help you do this immediately, now and forever. Cutting all cords and attachments to this problem or issue. Or maybe you want to throw into the fire a habit that you're trying to break free of. Maybe it's a pattern of anger you want to let go of. Maybe it's a pattern of blaming others. Just put that into the fire now. And say to yourself, I openly and fully receive the healing offered to me here and now. I am filled with love. I am filled with light. I am love. I am light. I acknowledge the divine resonance in me, and I let it shine. The world needs you to shine. So say in your mind's eye, even if I don't know how, I intend to let go of fear. I ask for guidance and support from my guides and angels and from the divine. Even if I don't know how it's possible, I intend to let go of whatever you'd like to let go of. Please say it to yourself. Maybe it's an emotion. Maybe it's a bad habit. Just stating it now, even if I don't know how or even think it's possible, I intend to surrender and let go of whatever it is you want to let go of. And allow this beautiful white light, nurturing and supporting, filling you up with love. Maybe you have a goal you'd like to accomplish, so let's do that one. Even if it doesn't seem possible, I intend to do, fill in your goal. And I ask for assistance and support and guidance from my guides, my guardian angel, and all the angelic realm, and from the divine. Thank you. And all these healers are working on clearing and balancing your chakras, aligning your Hara line, clearing the nervous system, unplugging you from the negative energy that is all around us right now, dialing down your reactivity. Allow this healing circle to continue to nurture and support you, raising your vibration, strengthening your immune system, and all your body systems. Resetting that parasympathetic nervous system that's in overdrive for so many of us right now. And as we've cleared this energy for you, I want everyone to just think of what they'd like to bring in. We're filling you with love, but what else do you want to bring into more of into your world? Let's bring that in now. Joy, bliss, peace, compassion, health, wealth, strength, clarity. Imagine whatever you'd like to bring in. Allow the angels to bring this in for you, filling you up. Take a nice deep breath in and out once more. Regrounding everyone's energies again. We thank our guides, we thank the angels, we thank the archangels, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Source, for their support, for their love, filling us with love, giving us the strength to remain in that love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is.
Beautiful. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Tara. Please do share with us how that healing transpires for you. We hope that it made you feel like you're more in your body, helped delete the pain of whatever you're feeling, the suffering, any emotion or thought. We hope that we were able to help you all today. And we want to thank you for joining us. Also, I want to remind everyone that we are having our popular online healing retreat February 19th. And this time we are going to have, of course, Dana, Michelle, Tara, and Katie, but also 4 other healers. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a event to remember, that's for sure, and something that you've never experienced before. I think everyone can attest to that, those who have come to the online healing retreat before. So please do join us. You can find all the information about the online healing retreat at ananda4life.com. That's ANANDA, 4life.com. Just click under healings, and the online healing retreat information is all there for you to see. So we hope you'll join us, and it's February 19th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern. So it's a 4-hour intense retreat. And thank you so much for joining us here today. Lots of love and light to all of you. Happy New Year, and thank you. Namaste, everybody.